We have also chosen to move forward with a federal holiday on Monday. We will be working with the provinces and the territories to try and see that we're aligned on this. There are still a few details to be worked out, but declaring an opportunity for Canadians to mourn on Monday is going to be important. So for our part, we will be letting federal employees know that Monday will be a day of mourning where they will not work.
There won't be a day off in Alberta on Monday.
And Ontario will not be observing the federal holiday on the day of the Queen's funeral.
Wait, what the maple syrup? Hello, everyone. My name is Beth, or Queen of Spade, and I need to pivot from our usual content about scams, cults, and pseudoscience and talk about politics for a moment. I know. I'm sorry. But Canadian politics are wigging out, and it's relevant, and I wanted to take a moment to mourn the Queen. So since the Queen has sadly passed away, please all stand for God Save the Queen, the Queen's anthem, even here in Canada. And I'm not joking. You better stand up, damn it! Queen Elizabeth II, whose name was Elizabeth Alexandra Mary, was born on the 21st of April, 1926. She was Queen of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms from the 6th of February, 1952 until her death this year. When her father died in February of 1952, Elizabeth, who was then only 25 years old, became queen of 7 independent Commonwealth countries: the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Pakistan, and Ceylon, known today as Sri Lanka, as well as head of the Commonwealth. Her reign of 70 years and 214 days is the longest of any British monarch and the longest recorded of any female head of state in history. Queen Elizabeth had a deep sense of religious and civic duty and took her coronation oath seriously. A lot of people discuss distaste for the Queen, but as of 2021, she remained the third most admired woman in the world, according to the annual Gallup poll. She had 52 appearances on the list, which meant she had been in the top 10 more than any other woman in the poll's history. On the 8th of September of 2022, she passed away at the age of 96, surrounded by her family. Shortly after she passed, Justin Trudeau, Canada's Prime Minister, announced his upset and how he was mourning over the Queen's death. Soon after, he also announced that there should be a national holiday to celebrate her on September 8th, the day of her death. Then all hell broke loose, and that's what I want to talk about today. Provinces rushed to announce decisions, and business groups sounded alarm bells on Tuesday after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced that next Monday will be a federal holiday to mourn the death of Queen Elizabeth II. While the announcement signaled that federal government workers would get a day off on September 19th, the day of the Queen's state funeral in London, and of commemorative events across Canada, provinces had to work out the details for other workplaces, including schools. Okay, so I misspoke. They didn't want to make the holiday the day of her death. They wanted to make it the day of her funeral. Not much better. Federally regulated sectors such as banks and airlines were also left to their own devices, with Federal Labor Minister Seamus O'Regan saying they are welcome to follow suit. No one should follow suit. But they are not required to do so. In the hours that followed Trudeau's announcement, the government of Prince Edward Island said it would declare a one-time statutory holiday for all provincially regulated workers, and that provincial government offices and public schools would be closed. A statement said the province recognizes that many essential services and some employers will need to continue to operate as scheduled, and that such businesses would follow provisions for employees who work statutory holidays. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland and Labrador also said they would observe the National Day of Mourning by closing schools and government offices. But all three provinces said the holiday was optional for private sector employers. British Columbia is taking the same approach by giving public sector employees a day off and closing public schools, post-secondary institutions, and most crown corporations. In a statement, the provincial government said it encourages private sector employers to find a way to recognize or reflect on the day in a way that is appropriate for their employees. And Manitoba said it would close non-essential government services and offices, but keep schools and childcare facilities open. Ontario, my province, because I'm here in Ottawa, Quebec, and Saskatchewan are not recognizing the holiday with any closures. The Ontario government said in a statement that residents can choose to observe a moment of silence at 1 p.m. that day. The Toronto Stock Exchange confirmed that it will be open for trading as usual. It can't take time off from making that money. Quebec Premier François Legault was asked about the possibility on the campaign trail on Tuesday. He told reporters that it would be a day of commemoration, but not a public holiday. First, I think about the students, and I would like them to miss school, Legault said. We had enough with the pandemic, so I think it's not a good idea to close schools or put parents in a position where they wouldn't be able to work. The Office of Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe said in a statement that it would not be designating September 19th as a public statutory holiday, but would instead proclaim it as a day in tribute and commemoration of Queen Elizabeth II. Ahead of the flurry of provincial decisions, Trudeau had said that he would be working with provinces and territories to ensure they're quote-unquote aligned. Declaring an opportunity for Canadians to mourn on Monday is going to be important, Trudeau said at a caucus retreat in New Brunswick on Tuesday. Sorry, I felt like I had to read that how he would say it. Organizations representing businesses were urging governments not to recognize the day of mourning as a paid holiday. Michelle, what kind of last name is that? Wazilishin, sorry if I said that wrong, it's a little bit nuts. The national spokeswoman for the Retail Council of Canada said many businesses are still struggling to get their operations back to pre-pandemic levels. It is our hope and expectation that retail closures will not be mandated by the various provincial governments, as doing so would present a significant cost and short notice challenge to employers, she said. A 6-day notice makes a formal statutory holiday, quote unquote, deeply unfair for small businesses, said Dan Kelly, the president and CEO of the Canadian Federation of Independent Business, adding it could also, quote unquote, cost the economy billions. For many small businesses such as restaurants, hotels, and movie theaters, this would mean paying more in order to stay open. Small businesses are already struggling with labor shortages, and requiring them to close or pay time and a half to their employees with no notice would be extremely costly or result in a day's lost productivity. Both organizations say provinces should instead follow the United Kingdom's lead. In the UK, Monday is being recognized as a national bank holiday, meaning most workers are not automatically entitled to time off. This would make it more similar to Remembrance Day or the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, which are paid days off for federal workers and federally regulated industries, but which not all provinces have recognized as statutory holiday. Commemoration ceremonies for the Queen's funeral will also be held in Canada, including a parade, a flypast, and a church service in Ottawa that will be televised nationally. I'm not going to a church service. Trudeau said he and the opposition leaders' offices are working on a final list for the delegation that will attend the funeral in London. Here are some public reactions in Canada to the news of a holiday for the Queen.
Mean tweets from Canada.
Zilla Jones says, on the National Day of Mourning, I will mourn the victims of colonialism and imperialism and the souls of my ancestors and loved ones. I mean, those words may not have been beautiful, but I mean, she is talking about decolonizing. This is a fucking joke. A holiday to celebrate violent colonialism? Bye. Peace. So 11 days apart, we'll have a holiday celebrating genocidal colonialism and another celebrating the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation in the same month? Hashtag Canadian politics. Are we actually celebrating genocidal colonialism? I thought we were just mourning the Queen. Bozo Prime Minister Justin Trudeau suddenly says, let's make September 19th a national holiday. No consultation with provinces or businesses. Only feds will get this day off. Clown World Canada. Hear me out. Every Monday should be a holiday. Canada might be getting a national holiday to mourn Queen Elizabeth II. Here's a picture. I'll mourn if it's a paid holiday. Will be interesting to see if all the anti-royalists who mock the Queen's passing will be taking a day off work on the national holiday declared for her funeral. At Ford Nation, dear Premier Doug Ford, I would like to request that you agree to declare September 19th as the national holiday for mourning the loss of our head of state. To do so would make us in common with the rest of the Commonwealth. To not do so, it's disrespectful to our Queen. Around the world, the same mixed feelings for the holiday surfaced. ABC News, breakfast this morning, taking a swipe at Elbow over his quote-unquote disruptive one-off national holiday to honor the Queen. Apparently, businesses who are not forced to close are complaining of profit losses and confusion. None were named. Prime Minister just can't win on ABC. Facepalm. Ow. I would like to see a National Day of Mourning in Australia each year for the atrocities committed against First Nations peoples. This week shows it can be done. We just need the same political will. I agree. I mean, we have one. The fact that it's only a holiday on September 19th for federal workers is ridiculous. 3 stat holidays in September? I'm here for it. Queen's National Day, September 19th. This is gonna be the shittiest bank holiday weekend outside of COVID restrictions ever. Is Monday 19th September a bank holiday or unofficial lockdown? Really looking forward to the incoming "if you don't like the monarchy, why you taking the public day off" tweets in the forthcoming days. In the maintaining/standing down NHS activity for the bank holiday next week, there will be various views, but it's important to remember NHS staff don't exist in a vacuum. When economic and social infrastructure isn't running, school, childcare, transport, they are affected. I just don't understand it. The Queen was held in genuinely high esteem by millions of people, and even many Republicans respected her. The country doesn't need to be forced or quarreled into performative grief. Let people go to the shops and enjoy their damn holidays. Listen, you don't have to like the Queen, and please do not fake grief or mourning. I think people deserve better than that, no matter who they are. But do you have to be a complete asshole over it? I just think that it's very unclassy to bring up colonization at this time. Like, just shh. I do understand how this holiday could have caused issues even for our economy because of the fact that Justin Trudeau only announced it less than a week before it's supposed to happen, and then did not talk to the provinces, as he claimed, to help arrange this before going on television and announcing it, which kind of took everyone by surprise as no one had agreed to this yet. It put the pressure on the provinces, and I don't know if that is a fair way to go about this. I'm not sure what the fair way would be. I am on the fence of this whole thing, mainly because I do not work and it does not personally affect me. Therefore, I'm kind of on the outside, and I can understand both sides. I even understand the people that don't like the monarchy and don't want to mourn the Queen. I just wish that you could do that in silence, because you look like a big fat jerk when you're on Twitter and you're talking about how you're happy the Queen has passed away, because there were tweets like that too, and I just can't with that. I thought that this was just kind of funny, a good way for us to poke fun at our Prime Minister and how he went about this, have a little bit of a laugh, as well as mourn our Queen. Rest in peace to our Queen. My heart goes out to her family. Please let me know down below what you think of all of this. No matter what side you are on, your opinions are all welcome here. Like I said, I don't really have one other than the fact that I think that if we're going to celebrate someone's life, we should do it on their birthday and not the day of their funeral or the day of their death. But again, maybe that's just me. Please do give the video a like, subscribe if you are new here, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Mwah. Bye. Now for some more comedic relief.
A